Did you know that most people wait an average of 7 to 10 years after first noticing hearing loss to actually do something about it? That 7 to 10-year gap is a long time. It's a decade missed of punchlines, of following along in meetings without truly understanding, and feeling just a little bit on the outside of every conversation. Many people delay treatment by waiting for a perfect time, like a holiday sale or a buy one, get one free kind of deal. But those deals are offered by people trying to sell a product, not healthcare professionals focused on treating a condition. In this video, we're going to skip the sales pitches and focus on what really matters. The 5 critical health signs that tell you the absolute best time to seek treatment for hearing loss is right now. The decision to finally get your hearing treated can change everything, but it starts with recognizing the signs. This isn't about trying to find a discount on a widget, it's about realizing what hearing loss costs you every single day. Now let's get into it.
If you're navigating hearing loss or
A
struggling
world of
with
better
ringing in
hearing
your
and
ears,
relief from
then you've
tinnitus
come
is
to the
within
right
reach,
place.
and we're
The
here to
All
help.
Ears
Be
Hearing
sure to
and
subscribe
Tinnitus
to the
podcast is
podcast
your
right now
go-to
and
source
join
for
us on the
expert
journey to
insights,
clearer
real
sound
stories,
and a richer
cutting-edge
life.
solutions
Thanks for
in hearing
listening
health.
to the All
We'll
Ears
dive into
Hearing
the
and
latest
Tinnitus
advancements
podcast
in
with
hearing
Dr.
healthcare,
Layne
explore
Garrett.
groundbreaking
We'll see you next
treatments
time.
for tinnitus, and offer practical tips for better hearing. Here to help you tune into a world of better hearing, here's your host from Timpanogos Hearing and Tinnitus, Dr. Layne Garrett.
The first and perhaps most important sign is that your world is getting a little smaller. You might start noticing that you're doing more mental calculations before agreeing to anything. A noisy restaurant with friends? That can feel overwhelming. A big family party where everyone's talking at once? Suddenly it feels exhausting instead of fun. A conference or a community meeting, knowing that you're going to miss half of what was said, can lead you to avoid going altogether. This isn't you becoming antisocial, it's a classic coping mechanism for hearing loss. When you can't keep up with the conversation, the natural tendency is to pull back. I had a patient recently who told me that over just a few years, she went from being someone who was always going out to dinners with friends and game nights, you name it, to living almost like a hermit. She didn't even notice it happening at first, but once she got her hearing treated, everything shifted. She started going out again. Her friends and family actually told her, "You're back. You're the life of the party again. We're so happy." This retreat from social life isn't just about missing out on fun, it's a serious threat to your well being. Untreated hearing loss is consistently linked with social isolation, loneliness, and higher rates of depression and anxiety. Humans are wired for connection. When hearing loss starts to break that connection, the fallout can be severe. In fact, a major clinical trial found that using hearing aids as part of a treatment plan can significantly reduce loneliness and help people hold on to more individuals in their social network. So, if you find yourself saying no more often to the things that you used to love, that's a huge red flag. The best time to act is before those connections have a chance to fade. The second sign is you're experiencing some mental fatigue or what I call brain strain. Do you ever finish a conversation and just feel completely wiped out? Or after a day of meetings, do you have a headache and just feel mentally drained in a way that you never used to? That's not just fatigue, it's very real and it's called cognitive overload. Here's what's happening. With normal hearing, your brain processes sound effortlessly. But with hearing loss, your brain has to work overtime. It's constantly straining to catch sounds, fill in the blanks, and decipher what was just said. This intense effort steals mental energy from other important brain functions like memory and concentration. This constant strain has serious long term consequences. Research shows that untreated hearing loss is linked with faster brain shrinkage, especially in the areas that handle memory and sound. People with hearing loss are also at a higher risk for dementia, with the risk increasing as hearing loss gets worse. Does that mean hearing loss causes dementia? Not necessarily, but we do know that treating hearing loss with hearing aids can help keep your brain more active and engaged. In fact, a recent large study found that in older adults at high risk for cognitive decline, using hearing aids cut the rate of decline by almost half. So when that mental fog appears after trying to listen, that's not just a sign, it's a signal that your brain is under excessive strain. Okay, the third sign is that your relationships are showing the strain. Hearing loss is never a one person problem. It affects everyone you talk to, especially your loved ones, and often they're the first ones to notice. The signs are classic: the TV volume that keeps creeping up, constant requests to repeat things, or feeling embarrassed when you mishear and respond incorrectly. From the other side, it can feel like you aren't listening, which can cause real frustration and distance between you and your loved ones. Addressing hearing loss isn't just a personal health decision, it directly benefits your relationships. It's about restoring that easy communication, sharing a joke from across the room, or hearing the quiet, I love you, without needing a repeat. If you are finding these signs of hearing loss relatable, please hit the like button. It helps this video reach more people who might be struggling with the same thing. And don't forget to subscribe for future videos on hearing health. Okay, the fourth sign: your work performance or safety might be at risk. For many people, work is where hearing loss becomes undeniable. In a professional setting, missing key information can have immediate consequences. Maybe it's struggling on conference calls, or misinterpreting instructions, or having trouble in a noisy office. This can lead to mistakes and unnecessary stress. Beyond performance, there's the issue of safety. Hearing is one of your body's primary alert system. Missing alarms, sirens, or warnings could put you at risk. If hearing loss is affecting your performance or safety, the time to act is not later, it's now. All right, the fifth sign that it's time to get hearing help: you're convinced that everyone is mumbling. This is one of the most common complaints I hear. People don't speak clearly anymore. This is usually a sign of high frequency hearing loss. Here's why: vowels are lower pitched and give speech volume, but consonants like S, F, and TH are higher pitched and softer. They carry the clarity of words. When you lose access to those consonants, you can hear people talking, but you can't understand what they're saying. It really feels like people mumble. If you're staring harder at people's lips or relying on context to try to fill in the blanks, that's another big red flashing light that your hearing needs attention. Now, I know there are roadblocks that keep people from acting, even when they see these signs. Let's talk about them. Let's tackle a big one: cost. Treatment is an investment, but it doesn't have to be overwhelming. A good hearing clinic will work with your budget and offer payment options. At Timpanogos Hearing Tinnitus, we've even partnered with Hearing the Call to provide hearing care for patients who truly can't afford it. Stigma is another one. Some people still worry that hearing aids make them look old. But ask yourself, what's more noticeable: a small, nearly invisible device, or constantly asking, what, in conversations? Today's technology is sleek, discreet, and packed with features like artificial intelligence noise reduction and Bluetooth streaming. Another one is expectations. Getting hearing aids is not like flipping a switch. Your brain needs time to adjust to a louder, clearer world. Real care means your audiologist walks you through the process with follow-up visits, real ear measurements, and hearing rehabilitation tools like Lace AI. If you've recognized any of these signs, the best next step isn't to rush out and buy a hearing aid on sale. It's to get a professional hearing evaluation from an audiologist. That's where true care begins. If you live here in Utah County or anywhere nearby, Timpanogos Hearing and Tinnitus has been helping patients reconnect with life for more than 20 years. We don't just fit a hearing device. We guide you through every step of treatment to make sure it's the right fit for your health, your brain, and your lifestyle. You can find free guides and resources on our online learning center, or book your hearing evaluation directly at utahhearingaids.com. I'll leave a link below. So when is the best time to buy hearing aids? That's actually the wrong question. The right question is, when is the best time to treat hearing loss? The answer is the moment it starts costing you something you can't replace: your relationships, your energy, your safety, and your connection to life. Treating your hearing loss isn't about getting older. It's about taking back your place in the story. It's about turning the volume of the world back up so you can fully participate again. For those of you who've already taken that step, what was the sign that made it clear to you that it was time to do it? And for those still deciding, what's holding you back? Share your story in the comments below. Your words may be exactly what someone else needs to hear to help them on their journey as well.